It's something that is very good to do before every reading. If you do a lot of readings in one day, one of the things that works well is to actually set the intention far ahead of when you do the reading. I sometimes do it a couple of minutes before I do reading. When I used to do facilitating, I used to go through all this before everybody comes online, because once they come online, to greet them and all the rest of it, and I used to talk to them a little bit. But then setting my intention even before I start the whole process, that would really be helpful for me, and that would really set the tone for anything that follows. And this is really what we want to do with prayer and intention. Is we want to have an intention for the reading, and we want to understand what the desired outcome is. So yeah, I'm saying, okay, well, this is just a thought. So to actually have the guides and angels of this reading, and whatever is best for the sitter is what we want. So that's our intention. We want somebody present that can help us with the person that sits in front of us in the spirit world. And then we also would like to have the best for them. We want to get the message that they need to hear today. It often works like that, where people come in and you have this really strong feeling of going into a certain direction. Okay, in some cases, people steer clear of this, where you really focus strongly on relationships, and they actually say no, they don't want anything to know about relationships. They want to know about their career, and everything that you see is about relationships. Understand that the purpose is for you to really give the message that you feel they should hear. And even if it doesn't resonate with them strongly, the purpose is for you to really give that message through. That was your intention in the beginning. That is what you asked for. You asked for assistance for that person, so you know that whatever you are giving him right now is something that they would need, and that they could find useful. They could also always have a recording of your session and then take it with them, so they could listen to it later on, and they could see, oh, okay, fine, this is what the person was referring to. I really needed to hear that at the time. Well, that's just generally works like that, because intention and imagination, really strong tools, and I remind you of it often through the entire course. So understand that those are the things that we focus most on. So we really want a strong intention for our reading. Once we understand what our intention is, we want to combine this into a prayer. A lot of the times I've had people come on, and I said, okay, well, are you comfortable with me saying a prayer up front, just to set the tone of the reading. So I have done this very often, and I would say mostly there wasn't any person I've ever found that didn't want a prayer said up front that I asked. Sometimes I don't really feel that I should say it, and then I would just go into the reading and I would do it in my head. So this is also where your guidance comes in. Sometimes you would just feel that it wouldn't be a good idea to say a prayer right now, and then just leave it. Don't ask the person. Don't make this a hard and fast rule. What you do is you do what's best in the moment, but have this already set up so that you don't have to try and wing it and come up with something in the moment, that you have kind of a basic idea of what you would say. Once we have the idea of what we want, so yeah, the prayers are asked for the help of sitters, guides, and angels. May this be for their greatest and highest good. Amen. Okay, so very much simple prayer, but one that's very effective. Basically, take whatever our thought was and put it into a prayer form. And this is as simple as you need to have it. You can go really bold if you want, and add some other things if there's things that you really want to add together with this. If you want to call on Mother Gaia, or you want to call on something else, or the assistance of something bigger than yourself, or you say, well, you want to combine the forces of nature in assisting you with the reading, you can do whatever you want. Honestly, the people that would find the most help from you are the people that's going to gravitate towards you in the end. You have guides for a reason, and people would actually seek you out because of a specific style that you have, or knowing something about you. I went to a lady from the spiritual church, and they've got very specific ways that they've been taught, and they actually have their way of doing it. They have guides that they speak to and they then get information from the spirit world mostly. And it's very interesting readings, and you can, if you are drawn to that sort of thing, then you can incorporate a specific way that you do it. Just quickly, because I feel this is important, is the one lady used to refer to what a guide said all the time, and she used to refer back to it strongly. Someone that I know that is really critical about reading said that the person that's sitting in front of you wants to get the message. They don't want to know where you get the message from. So if you get some information from an ancestor, guide, or an angel or so, you can give the message, and if they really ask where the message comes from, you can tell them, but they generally don't. They're there to receive the message, and it doesn't matter who it really comes from. If it's an ancestor that wants to say hi to them, you can say, well, the ancestor is showing me this and this, or saying hello to you in a very friendly way. They kind of like made a little curtsy, or you can have something like that to make them feel certain that it's the person that they know. Okay, so very much important to set the intention up front, and to vocalize intention. Vocalizing intention is very much like you writing in a journal. A lot of people say writing in a journal is a very good thing, because you take whatever concept or idea you have and you bring it into the physical world. Saying it out loud also brings it into the physical world. Very much like I'm recording these sessions now. So it's very much bringing whatever your intention is out in the physical world, and saying it out loud really does help you. So this is something that is very helpful for readings in general, and also to make sure that you set the right intention from the start. Like I was saying, you can say this before the reading starts. You can do it in your head. Saying it out loud just gives more power to it.